what we're going to try and do with this planet is get it so we can get to robotics and the one planet. Now with that you'll need base, heavy, noble and non-CS. Now this is where it takes a bit of time to figure out. In high sec everything's always lower. Low sec's okay, null sec is where you get the best option. So you need to find where the 4 of these are kind of close enough together that you can stretch it out and make it work. Now the easiest thing to do is pick the lowest one, put it down as scan resolution as possible to find the best option, and then see where the other 3 sit. And I think I've found that roughly on this planet. So with that we build the command center. We'll stick it roughly in the center as possible. Then with that we upgrade to level, well, max level, upgrade, submit. Now high sex obviously costs a bit. With that, what we need to do is we need 1 P3 factory, so you need 1 advanced. We'll stick that at the top. Yeah, sorry. Need 3 advanced. That's it. Forget nothing, it's a balance with tier 4 stuff. So 3 of those, and then 4. Always trying to get them as tight as possible. Once done, create your links. Run it all the way through as much as possible. So that everything intertwines nicely. Now this is where the fun bit begins. Because you need to try and find, okay, non-CS. So this is the one that's going to take the kind of furthest. Let's build your extractor. Even if you can get it just halfway through, that should allow you. So we'll submit that one in place. We'll change our scan to next one. Build an extractor to try and cover it. All we need is a halfway through, so we can stick that down as low as possible, saving as much. There, submit that one. Do a next scan. We're looking for, okay, that's good for us as well. I'll get this extractor, stick it there. Submit, and now the last extractor. We need to find base belt, so really, as you can find the hotspot, I'm going to use a hotspot close to us to give us as much extra for that long one. So we'll build the next extractor control unit right there. Click on submit. We'll create our links so that everything matches. And now this is the one that is possibly, it seems not bad. So at the moment we have what, about 16% on power. Now I've done this in null and I've got it to 99.1%. That's fairly close, but it is doable. The last thing we need to do with this now is you basically create, with each of these, you basically, hang on. Yeah, so when you start your cycle, With this one we're doing it non-CS 1. Now I set them to 3-day cycles. This is your own preference. And then you stick it to the highest point you can get. 54.5, that sounds good. Not routed, yes or no? Because I forgot the main important thing, like a complete and utter tool. We need a storage facility. So let's stick that there. Submit. Create a couple of links through it. Click on submit. And we want to route our product to the storage. Now this will change depending how you are wanting to build it, but this is obviously, as long as you get that kind of shoehorn shape round about your command center, and then work the rest the best you can. Always trying to keep it as close and as short as possible. And with that, we're now try the next one. I don't think that's noble. I think that's going to be heavies. It is indeed. Click on heavy, one extractor head. Move that to the center. Get it for 3 days. Start extracting. And route to there. And click submit to get that done and dusted. So the last one we want, oh, we've got 2 more, haven't we? So with this one we are, what are you doing now, there? There's a heavy metal right next to it, wasn't there? Let's close that down a second. Non-CS top, noble right, heavies left, base, yeah, base right close. Let's use this one for base metals. We want duration to 3 days. One extractor, and find the sweet spot, which is about there. Start extraction, and there you go. Click submit. So we've now got 1, 2, 3. The last one to do is noble. Hang on, just double check. Non-CS, base, heavy, and noble. Doesn't hurt to double check your work as you're going. That's going to be a, oh no, actually 3 days start extraction. And we route create route, submit. So that's the first part done. The next part is you want to get it so that start with the 4 outside. Basically try and find the noble metals. There we go, precious. Click OK. That goes back to that. So one done. We'll do the basics of it first. and we want base metals. Install, create back to that. You want toxic for heavies. Install, recreate it. And chiral, isn't it? Still create it. So that's the 4 outside done. Now, ideally, these two are going to be just the consumer. Install, route it back. Now, a lot of people turn and say, oh, you can streamline it by getting them to thing this. I'm putting it all into this storage, as I find it easier for setting my routing up. It's very easy to get flustered, and then you maybe not have something sitting there waiting, but you know, it's just the way I do it. Yeah, no, they're missing so far. So right, electronics is routed out. Another one we need is mechanical parts. Install, right back. And the last one is robotics. And then we put that back. Once we're done with that, then it's just creating the routes for this. So work our way back. Right, mechanical, create route into there. So electronics, create route into there. As I said, so we need toxic and chiral. Yep. Chiral structures, create route. Toxics, create route. Precious and reactive. Okay, start this one. I need base metals, create route. Heavies. Okay, that's noble metals to the bottom, and the last one to root is non-CS. Could I forget that? That's literally it set up. So you're looking at, in null, I would get maybe in a 3-day cycle of a good planet, you can get anywhere from 50 to 90. If you streamline it really good, you can get a bit more. Obviously, I've got a bit more power. Well, in fact, I don't actually. I get 99.2%. So again, it's the exact same as before. But that is literally how to do it. As I said, there's probably a better way of streamlining all the different routing. But come back in 3 days, just check there, check what you've got in storage, and you'll see usually robotics with a few of the other bits spare. So yeah, that's pretty much it, sorted. With that, it brings us to the end of the video. If you'd like to see more content on Eve or any other videos I do, hit the subscribe button and or notification, and you'll be notified as soon as one goes up. And with that, I'd like to say thank you for stopping by.